starting to think about prepositions.
The prepositions, which in fact, that might be a good place to start today, and then we're going to get into the next section where we get into the first declension. So let's take that as our starting point today. And what's special about the two prepositions, epi and hupo, is that they go with more than one case, right?
Yeah.
So we talked about the cases yesterday. And can anyone say the cases without looking? This is a quick little quiz here. Helen?
Well, the three cases, I guess, the accusative, the dative, and the genitive. I think
how about the very first one?
What?
The first.
They go with genitive, with.
Oh, I see. The three cases that the prepositions go with.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Oh, you were asking about what? About the.
Well, I just said the nominative, but of course prepositions.
Okay. I was thinking of AP and hupo.
No, you're right.
I'm sorry.
No. You're quicker than me, so that's good.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's four cases. There's actually five, but we're doing four cases. Nominative. What's the nominative used for mainly?
Subject.
Subject.
And the genitive.
Of. Yeah.
Could be thought of as possession or of, or as Claudia reminded us, for separation. And then how about the dative?
Mm-hmm.
Indirect object.
Yeah.
Indirect object, so two or four, but it has a lot of other uses as well, of course.
Right.
And then the accusative.
Direct object.
So direct object, and it has other uses as well, but those are some starting points for those. Okay, here I am, amazingly and clumsily, drawing the preposition apo. Okay, did that come across?
Yep.
Okay, and now I'm going to draw the right. Interesting, grapho means to draw and to write. Here is the conjunction, what's this one, Jackie?
Gar.
Gar, good. And that can't occur first word in its clause, okay? Now we do another preposition. Bill, what's this one?
Ek.
Yes, and this goes with only the genitive, and it means out of. So that's reiterating the idea of separation. Let me do the form that it takes before vowels.
And is that also only the genitive then?
Yes.
Okay.
So ek or Bill, how would we say the second one?
X.
X. No, say that again.
X.
Sound like you've got an extra consonant in there, Bill. Just
yeah, sorry, I tried.
just X. X.
Just X, huh?
Just X. Yeah, nothing fancy. So ek versus X. Okay, and in Latin, there's the preposition a or ex, meaning out of, so same idea as an exit. So apart, meaning from, means that you're not actually inside, you just move away from, but ek or ex means that you're inside and you come out of whatever it is that you were in. Okay, then, Sarah, what's this one?
Kai.
Hi. Now, notice, by the way, I did, without thinking, I put a grave accent on it. And I don't think we talked about grave accents yet, did we?
No.
Just mentioned it, but we didn't get into it.
Yeah. What happens in Greek, if the last syllable of a word has an acute accent on it, but there's another word following that word, then the word with the acute turns into a grave. Graves can only be on the very last syllable of a word, and they only occur if there's another word still following in the sentence, or basically that's kind of the simple version of what's happening there. So I wrote Kai expecting there to be another word. That's why I gave it a grave. So
because Kai means and.
Because Kai means and. You don't normally end a sentence with Kai. I think that would be pretty unusual.
That's a brilliant example.
Yeah. So this is a conjunction. It can mean and. Notice that it can mean and, but it can also mean even or also, which is a slightly different meaning, right? And it does not have to be second word. It's usually the first word. Okay. Janet, here's another word. How would you say this word?
Soon.
Soon, good. And this is a preposition that only goes with the dative,
Yes.
and it means with. And we have a lot of these in English. Words like sympathy, which actually has an M, but it has an M because the next letter is a P. But sympathy means when you're suffering with someone, sympathy. But anyway, that's etymology is fascinating. We'll do more of that. But let's keep going. Jackie, how about this one?
Ain.
Yes, N. Good.
Yeah.
Again, another preposition with no accent. Not all prepositions have accents. And this only goes with the dative, and it means in, on, or among. And it's pretty much like the English in, right? And the Latin in as well. Now we get the two tricky ones. Helen, what's this one?
Epi.
Epi, good. And as you know, this goes with all three cases.
Right.
And depending on which case, it changes the meaning slightly or even significantly. So, epi with the genitive meaning upon, sitting right upon the table or something like that. Epi with the dative can also mean on, or at, or beside. And then epi with the accusative, to, towards, or even after. After meaning if you're going after someone, you're hunting them. So epi with the accusative is kind of an aggressive use of a preposition.
The accusative often has motion, right?
Accusative, yes. One of its other meanings is motion towards something. So going towards something, you would use the accusative with a preposition like epi.
Is dative always the most passive?
Dative is usually the one that's not involving much movement. So a genitive is very often away from, accusative is very often towards, and dative is very often sort of right there. That's kind of a rough guide, not 100%, but it works a lot of the time. Let's see, Bill, the next one here.
Hypo.
Well, that's in English, but how about in Greek?
Hupa?
Say it again.
Hupa?
That's right. Good, good. Hupa. And if you listen to Greg Nage with that upsilon, it'll sound like a French U, hupa.
Yeah.
But for most of us English speakers, we just say hupa. And then again, three cases. With the genitive, you notice that the basic idea is under, and with the genitive, it's under and away from at the same time. So from under. If I'm under the table and I move from under the table, and then a second very important meaning, the by, the personal agent. I was struck by my friend. Don't ask why. Okay. And then with the dative, under, you're just sitting under the table, hupa plus the dative, and then hupa plus the accusative, I'm going to go from over here towards being under the table, so motion towards. So those are some pretty important prepositions to memorize.